Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing another crafting vlog where I'm going to be making a keychain, maybe two, and we're going to be talking a little bit about numerology during this process. I want to show you guys just how I like to sprinkle in numerology, or how I go with ideas inspired by different numbers and different things like that. I just want to show you guys my perspective and show you guys my crafts and creations. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in so you guys can see the crystals, the vibes, and we can talk more. All right guys, this is my perspective of everything. I've got some filler spacer beads here, my crystals here, and my natural shells and charms and pearls and things like that on this side over here, with some glass blown beads as well. I did show and explain why I like to set it up this way in my last craft vlog, so if you haven't checked that out, check out the link in the cards above. So in today's video, I wanted to create a keychain inspired by the number 4, or maybe even like the angel number 444. I just wanted to do 4 or 444 because I like the vibes of 444. I like the energy behind it. So just to be very upfront with you guys and letting you know like what I believe and what I'm doing here, I believe that what we choose to believe in, put our faith in, and look for in the world are the things that we receive back. So one thing that I chose to look for, believe in, put stock or faith into are angel numbers in general, honestly. And yeah, that's something that I choose to look for. So I'm the type of person that will look at the clock all the time to see what time it is. If there's an angel number on the clock, I look at my mileage in my car all the time, license plates, any sort of numbers on billboards, all of that type of stuff. I look for those things, so I see them very often. And I have basically ascribed to the typical meanings behind them. So I can put up a little chart here that I made a little while ago. It's been a few years since I made this chart. This is something that I just have stock in, I believe in, and it's something that I see in my everyday life all the time. And so specifically, I chose to do the number 4 today because I believe that the number 4 has the energy of like grounding, and then 444 has an energy that is related to like spiritual protection and stuff related to that. So that will be the inspiration behind the keychain that I'm making for myself today. So the first thing that I'm gonna grab for is this mookaite. It is this pretty stone with all these different like colors, including like burgundy, whites, browns. It's got a lot of different colors. Okay, and you see some black things in here. Those don't belong. Those do not belong, but I'm actually gonna keep them to the side because I was thinking about adding in the black jasper. The reason why it's mixed in is because it's right next to it, so sometimes that does happen. They're just literally right next to each other, so sometimes they mix, but I always notice it and I just move it out the way. I also got a little tiger's eye in there, but I am gonna do the mookaite and this black jasper. I just have a little bit of the jasper just for some more protection elements. I also have some black jasper spheres that I want to include. I think that would be a nice addition. So I'm gonna just lay those out. As I've mentioned before, I like to just kind of see what I'm gonna be working with. I like to go off of their properties. I like to go off of the vibes, the colors, different things like that. And yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. about just doing Mukalite and then the Jasper, because Mukalite has so many different colors within itself already. Let me show you guys even closer. Don't mind this. It's just like this material, this matte material picks up anything, so it's just lint on here. It's nothing crazy, but this is some of the Mookite. I've also heard it pronounced Mukalite, so let me know how y'all say it. I alternate between the two. I was also potentially thinking about adding Tiger's Eye, but that might be too much. I mean, I don't know. It would go because there's like browns in the Mookite, so the Tiger's Eye would blend well. And then the Tiger's Eye has properties that relate to abundance and attracting abundance and confidence, which would be nice to add into the keychain. But I don't know, I think I'm just gonna go for more of like a grounding, stable vibes, which you can get with this because it is like brown and earthy, and brown things tend to have grounding effects, grounding properties. I'm of the belief that these crystals, while they do have these properties, I like to use them just as kind of like anchors or reminders to embody those qualities and properties yourself. So to embody the fact that you know that you are protected, that you know that you're grounded, you are stable, you are rooted. When you walk in that knowing, it shows up in how you act, it shows up in your everyday life, it shows up in your interactions that you have on the daily with different people. Yeah, and it just shows up in your vibe. So I'm just kind of deciding on a little pattern here. So since we're going with the number 4 here, I decided to split it up into 2s, which is something that I will do as well. Like depending on whatever number I'm basing my numerology off of, I will like split it, or like if it splits evenly, yeah, and just kind of go from there. So we've got 2, and then the black jasper in the middle, and then 2 more Mukalite. So it's kind of like it's 4 when you go 2 and 2 here, and then maybe I'll do this 4 times, like 4 black ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a sphere. I might have to tweak this based off of how long it actually comes out to be. Like this is too short for sure, but I don't know if I'll be able to do a whole nother round of this in the full keychain. So I'm trying to think. This is some things that I have to think about when I'm making my jewelry, is how big. Well, this is an accessory. When I'm crafting in general, I have to think about how big things are going to be and if I can continue the pattern within that size. So I've got these black spacer beads I might want to include. I've also got this black like little bead here, which I might want to include. I think that would be cute. So what I could do is, if this is like too short but I want to keep the pattern, I might just take the black spheres out and do the black spacer beads instead. Just do 2 and 2, which will give you 4 of those, and then add this in, and that might give us our perfect length that we're going to be looking for. And for my keychains, I like to do 3 strands. So maybe I'll do a different strand where I want to include 4 spheres, so I know that I want to include that. And then maybe I'll do Mukalite in between the spheres, the jasper. So actually Mukalite is a type of jasper as well. So all around grounding, when it comes to jasper, you can think of grounding, protection, those types of properties. So I've got 4 in between here. I don't know if this is going to be long enough or not. I feel like I need to add something else to this. What can I add that will relate to the properties and give me a little oomph that I'm looking for? I feel like I'm missing something in this set. So I'm just gonna look at what I got, do some thinking, some contemplation, and then I'll go from there. I'll update you guys in a second. Okay, so I think this will give me the length that I'm looking for, I hope. So I went ahead and I'm gonna start it with the Mookaite and then go with the spheres in the middle. I'm also gonna do a strand with just straight black jasper. I love to do that, where I just have a strand with either black jasper or maybe a clear quartz or a moonstone. That's just something I like to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my string. All right, if you guys can hear the storm in the background, I apologize for that, but that is just the nature. That's what's going on right now. It is storming a lot here in Georgia. So if you're in Georgia, you know. So I've got this bead along. It's gonna be backwards for you, but it's just the 7 strands silver beading string. This is what I like to use for my keychain. So I'm gonna just cut out 3 strands of this, and then I'm going to add on a crimp bead and a crimp bead cover to the end, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and string these up, and that'll be the keychain. Alright, cool cats and kittens. Here are the strands that I strung up. I add the little charm. So on this first one, I did a pattern of 8 Mookaite and then a black jasper and then 8 Mookaite. And then I've got this little black charm at the end. This one is just straight black jasper. And then this one is the Mookaite and then the black jasper spheres. What did I say? Spears. Oh my god. That word trips me up every time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add these strands to a jump ring and add a little clip, a little keychain clip, and she'll be complete. She'll be done. And she's on there, and just like that. Now I can clip it to a bag or a keychain, and I'm good. Now I'm just gonna sit her down on my selenite and let her rest. There she is on the selenite, and she's going to take a nap. All right guys, so now that we've completed the very first keychain, we're gonna go ahead and get into our second one. Sorry if you're shaking, my dog just smacked the tripod. This second one, I'm going to go off of the angel number 777 and do a set inspired by those sort of vibes. So when I think of 777, I think of like fortune and luck and like basically your hard work is being paid off. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get on into it and let me show you guys what crystals I have in mind for this set. All right, so immediately what I think of when I think of like 777 and luck and fortune, I automatically think of green aventurine. It is literally called the stone of luck, the stone of opportunity. So definitely got to put that in there. And a lot of times I tend to pair green aventurine and like fortune, luck, positive vibes with citrine, which is this really pretty golden yellow stone. Citrine has the energy of like joy, luck, abundance, and yeah, those vibes. So definitely want to add that in. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna go with a clear quartz, which amplifies whatever energy that you have set. Is also related to like spiritual connection. Yeah, I'm really just amplifying the energy. For this keychain, I'm thinking of adding maybe some of these green glass blown beads. A couple of these green ones. I could maybe do either this one or this green one. It kinda, do I have my, yeah. I have this stack. This is my everyday stack. Check out my video if you're interested in seeing me make this. But this is kind of honestly like the vibes I want to go for, but in a keychain. I'm not gonna add the black though. I just want to show you the whole set. But these two as like a keychain, I feel like would be such a vibe. Honestly, I need to make a keychain inspired by my everyday set. So stay tuned because that might be coming next. But yeah, so if I want to keep it the same, then I would use these ones. I might, yeah, these ones, this yellow is just like too bright. I don't know. It just doesn't go with the vibes. It doesn't go with the vibes. It just doesn't. And so this one I'm taking kind of a different approach. Like in my last one, because it was 444, I was doing some things that were related to 444 as like the numbering of how I placed the crystals. But this time I think instead of basing my numbers off of how I'm gonna align and assemble the crystals, I'm just gonna do it based off of the vibes and the energies of the crystals that I'm using, and then just kind of create my own pattern. Let me see if I have anything else I want to add to this set that would go with the luck, fortune vibe. Let me see. Sometimes you gotta get up, you gotta stand up so you can see all your crystals. I've got some of these like white spheres I might add in. Can you see that? Hold on there. Oh no! It rolled away. Here's one. It's just a little clear sphere. I might could add that in. Or maybe these clear spacer beads. Oh gosh. Okay, I need to be mindful. Things are rolling. I would rather add the clear spacers. So I'll just add those to on the board. And then I'm just gonna lay them out and decide on placement next. I also have these bigger citrine chunks I could add. I will add, because why not? Maybe I should add in some pearl for an element of protection, to safeguard the luck. Might be nice. We'll see. Alright guys, so this is what I decided to do for my 3 strands. So for the clear one, I decided to just do the clear quartz with pearls at either end, because I just feel like that just gives amplification wrapped in protection, like period, like yes, period. For the second one, I decided to do 4 oh, my light just died. I'm sorry guys, hold on. So I decided to do 4 green aventurine, one of the larger citrine chunks, and then I've got the 2 green glass blown beads in there. For the third one, I decided to bench these glass blown beads. They just weren't giving what I needed, so they're over there now. They're benched. I just did a simple back and forth, alternating, if you will, pattern with the green aventurine and the citrine, and then I've got the spacer beads in between, and I'm just gonna keep it simple like that. I think that would be really nice. Like, I'll probably align it to have it like this on one side, this one in the middle, and then this one on one side. I usually do something similar to that. That's just my vibe. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my thread and begin stringing it up. Alright guys, so a little update on how I've been going at it. I've done the first 2 strands, and I've gotten to the 3rd strand, and so I kind of have like an issue with the pattern. So it's like shorter than these other 2 that I made, and if I do another like round of the pattern to where I have the 3 clear ones and then the 8 crystals and then 3 more clear ones, it'll be way too long. So, oh, drop my ruler. What I've decided to do is I'm just going to finish this off and add the crimp bead like I did for this one. Let me show you. For example, I'm gonna add the bottom, and then to the very end of it, I'm going to add this little pearl charm that I have. And it's okay if it's a little bit shorter, but that will give it a little bit of extra length, a little bit of extra oomph. I was looking through my charms, and I feel like the pearl charm would just be the best and most cohesive fit. I do have this pearl charm that's shaped like a flower that I also like. Maybe I should add that one on instead. I'm gonna say no immediately, because this one, let me see if I can show you guys. So if you can see, this floral pearl charm kind of has like a pink sheen to it. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's got like a pink sheen to it, and this one is just pure like white. And I feel like that's more cohesive with the other pearls that I already have in the set. So I'm just gonna keep it cohesive and just add this pearl. I've already made it into a charm, so no need to do that. But I'm glad I have different options available, different things I can choose from. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just put that on. I'm gonna show you guys all of them when I'm finished. All right, guys, so here is the final keychain. This one is in the middle. And this is how it turned out. I was able to make this right about the same exact length as the other ones. It might actually be a little bit longer, actually. Oops, sorry. Shaking the table. Here is the final result. So cute, so pretty, and also intentional. Thank you. Those are my favorite things to combine, beauty and intentionality. Like, I could bottle that, drink it, put it into a patty and eat it. I love that. But yeah, similar to my other one, I'm going to sit her on the selenite, let her vibe out. And I'm gonna show you guys what the other one's looking like because it's been a couple days and she's on my bag. I'm wearing her. So I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna show you. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my bag that I have my other charm on. Hold on, let me move this. This is what she's looking like on the bag. And I'm really excited for the other one. I think I'm gonna put that one on a different bag that I carry. This is like my work bag. That's why it's so huge. Like, it's literally gigantic. But yeah, this is what she's looking like on here. I just, you know, tote her around, have her with me and need it at work. Because we need a little stability and protection at work. We all do. So let me know what you guys think. If you loved it, if you hated it, if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you have any sort of requests for anything, like say for example, if you're stepping into a specific era and you're curious about some different crystals or some different numerology things you can sprinkle in there, let me know and I will get back with you, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.